So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. Leading them out, the reigning MVP of the National Football League in his third season now from Louisville, it's Lamar Jackson.
And no one can run the football like Lamar Jackson from the quarterback position. The most dynamic guy with the ball in his hands since probably Michael Vick. Got more accurate throwing the football each and every year in Louisville. But how about this one? A first-round pick in 2017, the number 32 pick in the first round. The last guy to do that in Louisville, Teddy Bridgewater, the same exact pick when he came out.
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram.
21, Mark Ingram, the ball carrier. The tackle.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
87.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First down, Bears.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage.
Touchdown, Chicago! Lamar Jackson, 40 yards, and the Bears have taken the early lead. Well, Lamar Jackson remembers 7 rushing touchdowns in his MVP season of 2019, and he's into the end zone here as well.
And when you hear that 7 rushing touchdowns in 2019, doesn't it surprise you a little bit?
Yeah, you almost expect more, right?
Yeah, in your mind you're thinking Lamar Jackson got in the end zone a bunch more. That might be what he does in 2020.
And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From the 6. And able to get this out to the 25. So here are the Lions now as they get set for their opening drive. Commanding the offense will be Lamar Jackson, the electric quarterback out of the University of Louisville.
Allow me a second here to gush because in his college career, the only player in NCAA history to rush for over 1,500 yards and pass for over 3,500 yards in a season, and he did it twice.
That's pretty good.
That's really good. Yet he only won the Heisman Trophy once.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. Coach told me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
2 yards, good enough for a first. Jackson on first down, eluding the pressure right. Looking for, and that's caught inside the 30. And finally, he's taken down at the 18. It's a big play there for the Lions. 44 yards.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Cortland Sutton, first-time Pro Bowler. He was the intended target. And it'll bring up 3rd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. third down. Jackson. This is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Greg Joseph on for the extra point.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
These two teams all tied after one.
With the score tied 7-7.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. McCaffrey on the return. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Back out the offense for the Chicago Bears. 5-2 now on the year, falling at the Rams on Monday night in Week 7. But still, this is a team that has definitely been one of the big surprises of the first half of the 2020 season. No doubt about that. Now, you look at what's coming up, though, it's a tough road because they're home for the Saints next week, and then they have to go to Tennessee in Week 9. So two very challenging matchups coming up that should test the Chicago Bears. Well, a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability, the Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. And, Charles, that was the fewest yards by a wide receiver group in the NFL since 2011.
And, partner, I expect that number to go up this year. Last season, Lamar Jackson got very comfortable with his tight end group. In fact, he had one tight end that went to the Pro Bowl. But I think now, because of his ability to run the ball, it'll bring defenders closer to the line of scrimmage, and you'll see more big plays from the wide receivers downfield.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. The throw over the middle, taken in. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try to get downfield.
He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. Man, Lamar Jackson, and we all know it, but he is just so elusive with the football.
I don't care how many times you go through tackling drills at practice and how many different situations you put guys in practice. It's not the same as trying to get Lamar Jackson on the ground. He forced 32 missed tackles last year. That's twice as many as any other quarterback in the NFL. To your point, very difficult to get him down.
12 yards there and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Forced out to his left. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Jackson on the run. He'll let this go deep. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 34.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Jackson will throw again. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and
an incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. This throw caught on the 6. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
1st and goal at the 1.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Jackson. And it is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Kobe Parkinson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Lions have taken the lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. And he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Joseph now to have the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. McCaffrey on the return. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw a terrific first half from the dual-threat quarterback, Lamar Jackson. His guys have the lead, as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed, and his elusiveness, and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Touchdown, Lions. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with a touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Joseph on for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. stopped up at the 25.
Bears take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
First down.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
They'll run on first down. Ingram. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41.
Taken down.
It was Jaron Reed who got him down.
1-yard gain.
Now we're at the 41, second and 9. Again, they'll run with Ingram. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
And this is caught by Watkins. The 20, 10, touchdown, Chicago.
To
Sammy Watkins, 60 yards, and the Bears have cut it to within a score. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Sam Sloman for the PAT. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This one fielded at the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
First and 10 at the 38.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. First down, and they stick with Eckler. And another tackle broken. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
At the 29-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings
from the 29. Jackson. And he's going to lose yardage here. As they will switch ends as time has run out on this third quarter of play. Back now at Ford Field.
14.
It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders, 37 yards. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And there, Charles, he lined up out left, ran the post, caught it over the middle, and the rest, as they say, is it.
And you have to love the scheme that they just showed there, because if you're going to run a deep post, you ordinarily have to get a safety out of the middle of the field. And you do it one of 2 ways, either by running routes at him that carries him away from it, or you either freeze him in the middle with routes that run underneath so that he doesn't get depth. Then you throw it over the top, and boy, what a successful play that was.
Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Chicago offense set to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Jackson from the shotgun. Sliding out of the pocket. He'll run it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the 1st down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago.
Chicago.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
A gain of 21
You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we see both of those.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. Now the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's the ex-Florida Gator, LaMichael Pirine. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40, and finally brought down at the 31-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
Down right at the line of scrimmage.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down.
3rd and 8.
From the gun, Jackson. Incomplete, nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the 1st half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the 1st target of the 2nd half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Onto the field now come the Bears. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Operating from the gun, Jackson. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. Touchdown, And the Bears get a bit closer.
Extra point.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a camera on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Today's
a lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So that'll do it from here for Charles Davis and the rest of our crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com/Madden. It's a